Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Honorable colleagues, I remain Representative Ida Gyang, member representing the very good people of Barikin Ladi Federal Constituency of Plateau State. Mr. Speaker, I rise to move that a bill for an act to establish the Regional Center for Oral Health Research and Training Initiatives and for related matters be read a second time. I so move, Mr. Speaker and honorable colleagues.
Lagos Villa, Vera Constituency, Lagos State. I stand to second the motion as moved by Honorable Steve August. Thank you, sir. I move.
Honorable that the Center for Oral Health Research and Training Initiatives, which is located in Jos, Plateau State, is given necessary legal backing. In 1988, the federal government, in collaboration with the World Health Organization, established the Center for Oral Health as an inter-country and health research and training center. The initiative and the center's mandate, among others, is to promote and strengthen collaborative research and training activities on health and strategy among the member countries of the World Health Organization in the African region. To carry out World Health Organization and health strategy for the African region, covering 51 nation states. To develop strategy initiatives in oral health research and training, and to encompass health conditions with specific emphasis on priority issues concerning the management of oral manifestations of HIV infection and reduction of the incidence and prevalence of conditions such as caries, periodontal diseases, normal oral cancer, craniofacial anomalies, trauma and infections of several types. The center is also to support and organize health research and training activities in member countries on the African continent, like I've said, consisting of 51 member nation states. Honorable Speaker and colleagues, the center is one out of 6 that are being established by the World Health Organization globally. It is covering the African continent just as other continents have their own centers. This is the only center that is covering the African continent. And the federal government and the World Health Organization entered into a memorandum of understanding in the year 2002 to provide an expanded framework for cooperation between the parties for the improvement of oral health to the benefit of the regional member countries. Under the MOU, Nigeria stands to benefit the following. The first is the provision of a core subvention and annual grants from the World Health Organization. It will also benefit from technical support for staff of the center from the World Health Organization, and also providing all relevant World Health Organization publications at no cost to the center. It will enable the nation retain and promote the center as a regional center for research and training initiatives for oral health in Nigeria. And the MOU also placed an obligation on the government of Nigeria, and that involves the provision of all personnel, material, and equipment necessary for the center, provision of personnel emoluments, and a permanent site for the center, which the Plateau State government has already provided, is to also provide a statute and legal instrument for the center to guarantee its existence. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, the need for this legal instrument is predicated on the fact that, as a parliament, it is our responsibility to establish the regional center, and this is necessary to enable Nigeria meet up its obligation as contained in the MOU, and so that we can gain maximum benefit from the Memorandum of Understanding. It will also enable us to retain the center in Nigeria, thereby preventing it from being relocated to another African country. Another benefit and why it is necessary for us to have this legal instrument is to enable the center develop its internally generated revenue mechanism in addition to the research and training grants that will accrue to it from local and international partners and agencies. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, the bill is in 6 parts. Part 1 covers the establishment clause, composition, membership, and tenure, as well as powers of the management board. Part 2 of the bill provides for the objectives and functions of the center. Part 3 covers the personnel and staff, including appointment of the DG, who shall be the CEO of the center, and it also provides the staff regulations and pension matters. Part 4 consists of financial provisions. Part 5 covers legal proceedings, while Part 6 are the miscellaneous provisions. The bill also has a schedule and an explanatory note. In conclusion, Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, the passage of this bill will go a long way to ensure that Nigeria fulfill its obligation on the MOU that was signed with the World Health Organization and give legal backing to the center. This will guarantee its existence as one out of the 6 global centers, the only one in Africa, failing which Nigeria risks losing the center to another African country. I therefore urge honorable colleagues to support the passage of this bill on second reading. By so doing, fulfill our legislative mandate in promoting oral health research and training, not only in Nigeria, but globally, and ensure that the center remains in Nigeria. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, for your support. I so move.
You're so courageous to bring this kind of bill to this house. This is an institution that is saddled with responsibility of making law for welfare of our people. And for the fact that this bill has come up and he has done justice to it through the introduction, that is going to be one out of the 6 recognized by World Health Organization. Also only one in Africa. Nigeria be the father of Africa. This is a welcome development. And the advantage to this bill, apart from revenue-making body, it will serve as a training and retraining grant for medical practitioners. And it's also for manpower development and growth of this country. It is also an opportunity to provide an employment. Therefore, oral health research is of necessity and very important in the entire country. If we have one, I think it's a good one. And this cannot be happened without legislation. That is why I'm fully in support of all the reasons, the objectives and advantages that will be adduced on this bill. I so second, sir.
And you don't have insurance on oral issues, your teeth, whatever, and you come up with a provision that, oh, you have a problem, I went to hospital, the government is not going to offset the bill if you don't go on a regular checks about your teeth and tongue and others. And I look at the issue certain times that we in Nigeria, because we keep bringing up these things and they are very loud, but at the end of the day, when we don't have a legislation to back it up, it will end up being expression of opinion. Mr. Speaker, are these? Other African countries are buying into the MOUs we have signed on our own, but consolidation of it without legislation is always the problem we go through. So I lend my voice to the support because it's like trying to fulfill that which we have promised the electorate, to speak for them or to say or do things they cannot do while we are elected to represent them in these hallowed chambers. The provision of this center is no longer just for us to consolidate and be part of other countries that have these centers. One, it will encourage employment. Some of our experts that does not really know where to practice the trade, or those of them that are experts in oral therapy, many of them are only in private centers. Electorates cannot pay the debt of even going to check their teeth because they are not rich enough to carry up. In fact, it was regarded as exercise that is meant for the rich.
In fact, we all know the level at which our health facilities and other institutions are in this country. To the extent that recently, when we witnessed the infection called monkeypox, it is so disheartening that Nigeria, as big as we are in Africa, we could not have a laboratory that would diagnose the effect or the attack, to the extent that we had to go to Senegal to do this. In fact, I haven't been told that in the entire world, there are 6 of these centers, and it has not just been established. It was established by the World Bank and World Health Organization, and that all that we needed is to just get the legal backing for the establishment of the institution, so that all the advantages that are accruable will come to the country. I strongly believe that once Nigeria has been recognized, not that we are just fighting to get this institution established in Nigeria. In the entire Africa, it is us in Nigeria here that as the one representing the entire Africa. And as a result, if we do not do the needful, another country, maybe another one will go to Senegal. So thereby they will say we are not recognized, we are not serious in Nigeria. I want to lend my voice to the fact that we should not lose this opportunity. We should do the needful, as we have been doing in these green chambers, to give the necessary legal backing to the establishment of the regional center. It's a pride to the country, and it will not be nice if we hear that it has been taken to Zimbabwe or Morocco. So on this note, sir, I want to fully support the bill for second reading. Thank you very much.
It's been now read the second time. Those in favor of the motion say aye. Those against it say nay. Ayes have it. Clerk is now invited to read the long title of the bill.
A bill for an act to establish the Regional Center for Oral Health Research and Training Initiative to, among other things, be responsible for advising, implementing, training and coordinating research on matters of oral health, and to facilitate the implementation and coordination of the collaborative research and training in consultation with the World Health Organization and other national and international allied agencies, and for related matters. Second reading.
Bill referred to Committee on Health Institutions. Second order of the day.
Honorable Speaker, honorable colleagues from Delta State. The consequent displacement of people. The House also notes that several communities in Ayakurumo, Ofunibenya, Belkobo, Obotebe, Akparamogbene, Biberegbene, Kagbodo, to the forces of nature and called for assistance to the people have not been acting.
Issue. We, as a different arm of government, legislative